Welcome back, this is K-Light Gamer. It's just a quick video overview of Nintendo's GameCube. This has been inspired by the recent activity on YouTube regarding the GameCube. It's probably something to do with the fact that it's 11 years old now. Here's my release day GameCube, black GameCube that I bought back in May 2002. It's still in pretty much mint condition. And I ain't going to open the disc tray just yet. I think you'll probably guess what game is actually sitting in there. It's probably my most favourite GameCube game that I can think of. It's pretty much outstanding in every aspect. But yep, if you notice, I've also got two memory cards plugged in there, both of them third party. That's because the official Nintendo memory card, I think it's called a Memory 69, if my memory serves me well, they were notoriously small. They only had something like 59 memory blocks or 56 memory blocks, something like that. Whatever the name of the card was, that was the amount of memory blocks. And for most applications that was pretty poor. You probably only get about 10 game saves on there or something like that, which is, it's pathetic really. So I went with the larger third party memory cards, which have served me well. Touch wood. Anyhow, right, I've actually got about 50 odd GameCube games in my collection. I used to have a few more than this. I've stripped down some of the chaff. I've decided just to keep the games that I think are, you know, worthwhile, to be honest. I've done that with most of my collections recently. I've started to skim off a lot of my PAL stuff, especially if it's like 50Hz bordered rubbish. I've been searching out for the either the NTSJ or NTSC versions. Well, anyway, back to the Cube. As I say, here's a list of, here's a quick viewing of my Cube collection as it stands, which I don't really think I'm going to be adding to anytime soon. Pretty much bog standard, all the major releases that were punched out on the Cube. A lot of them are Nintendo first party. A lot of the third party stuff was tripe, to be honest. It was just lazy PS2 and Xbox ports. But say, anyone that owns a Nintendo console, they know what they're buying. They're buying a console for first party support. And you know, if you ain't into Mario or Zelda, you know, if you ought to know by now, you're pretty much wasting your time with any Nintendo console. Don't get me wrong, I've got a few third-party games in there. I mean, they ain't all bad. I mean, what we got there, we got Bloody Roar, Primal Fury. That ain't a bad beat 'em up really. It's obviously Bloody Roar Extreme, but it's just another version of like Bloody Roar 4 or something like that. Then you've got other stuff in there, mixed in there. You know, you got like Hitman 2, Ikaruga. Yes, unfortunately it's the PAL version, which tends to run at 50 frames a second. I was tempted to get rid of it, but you know, it's just something holding me back from getting rid of that, to be honest. I just can't be buying the Dreamcast one, not at the prices that they're asking for at the moment. And so you've also got a couple of other third parties in there. I mean, you've got a few Capcom games in there, like P&L 3. P&L 3 is a pretty good game. I mean, I think it's another one of these that it didn't really do that well. It wasn't a great hit for Capcom, but it's another one of these it plays almost like Res, but it's another one that's, you know, I'd recommend you give it a try. It's certainly different, and the graphics are pretty good for the Cube really. Yeah, and then we go from P&L 3 to the likes of Rocky. And to be honest, I picked this up dirt cheap. It's an okay game. It's not fantastic. I mean, again, it's just a bit of a port from a PS2 title. It's also had a bit of damage to the box. I think I paid about $1.99 for this off the market near where I live. I would probably, you know, get rid of that, to be honest. I don't know if I've still got that in my collection. It's probably just I can't be bothered to get rid of it. But you know, pretty much most of the other games I've got in the Cube Collection I'm pretty much happy with, especially the first party stuff. I mean, stuff like Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. As I say, I've managed to pick up the limited edition, pick this up on release, and that's fantastic, that is, really, because you get the Ocarina of Time disc in there as well, and the Master Quest. So it's a 2-disc job, 60Hz only. But yeah, that's, you know, it's another one of them. But a lot of the Zelda fans really put a bit of hate out towards Wind Waker. But I think all in all, it was a fantastic game. Still is. As I say, it's HD on Wii U, but I'll be holding on to that for a while. Another one as well I managed to pick up around about its release was the Four Swords Adventures. It's another one I managed to get. It's got a Game Boy Advance lead in there as well, so you can connect up your Game Boy Advance, and one player takes control of their character through Game Boy Advance cable, and I actually play it using the Game Boy Advance SP sometimes. But again, it's a fantastic game, really. It's quite innovative. It's, you know, it's what Nintendo are known for, the sort of innovation. It's only trouble with the boxes. I mean, look at the card box. I mean, I've had that from new and just been on the old shelf. It just starts to break away. I suppose I should put them in some sort of protective plastic sleeve or something, but I mean, why for the life of me they don't put them in a plastic box. Anyhow, moan over. Back through some others. So to say, Resident Evil 4. That's a classic game. Absolutely outstanding. It's like the best version of Resident Evil 4. So that's another release day job. It's very, very happy with that. It was superb, that game. Another one as well, so it's a really early release. I think I picked it up as part of the package when I bought the system. It was Star Wars Rogue Leader. That's Rogue Squadron 3. Sorry, Rogue Squadron 2. Rogue Squadron 3 is something else. That's Rebel Strike. But Rogue Leader, that was another game that's you know, it's highly recommended. I think everyone's got it though, to be honest. It's just that common. Also got the likes of Super Mario Sunshine. It's another game that, you know, oops, a lot of Nintendo stalwarts posted a fair bit of hate regards Mario Sunshine. I mean, to me, okay, the old water packs, you know, getting rid of the graffiti and stuff. It's, you know, I mean, it really is. It's still a stunning game. Yeah, I mean, thing is, the fans ask for innovation, and when they get it, then it's, oh, it ain't like the old such and such, whatever it is. Oh, it's nothing like the old Mario. It's nothing like Mario 64. If it's exactly the same as Mario 64, what's the point in buying it? You might as well just keep playing Mario 64. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's Smash Brothers. That's another cracking game. I didn't actually buy this from new. This was a used game, even though it's pretty much mint. Other games that I really do rate highly as well, the Monkey Ball series. The Monkey Ball series by Sega on the Cube. It's because it uses similar hardware in the arcades with the old Triforce software. Again, you've got the Beautiful Joe series. Beautiful Joe, I'm sure he's, you know, everyone knows Beautiful Joe. Some absolutely cracking graphics in there. I'll have to post a video on some Cube stuff. It's one of the few consoles I haven't actually posted any videos on, apart from this retro view. It's another one that I picked up quite a while back. It was a good price. Again, Virtua Striker. It's just another version of Virtua Striker, really. It ain't bad. It ain't bad graphics. Again, you got Wario World. That's a pretty top platform game, really. That's quite a price for that now on the old eBay. But say that it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game at all. The only game here that's probably a bit of a disappointment to me anyway, or it was Wave Race Blue Storm. Now, don't get me wrong, it ain't a bad game. It's just that the fact that it only runs in 50 Hz, much like Ikaruga, it really pains me that a game will run in 50 Hz when it's quite capable of running 60 Hz. It's got the hardware there to do it. It's just purely laziness of the coders. I mean, it still looks good in 50, but it'd look fantastic in 60 Hz, that would. Oh well. Oh well, there's my bit of a rant and rave. And they haven't even mentioned Metroid Prime, have I? I mean, that's another cracking game. I mean, if you want to get some of the top games, I mean, you've got to think Metroid Prime. Superb, that game is superb. It's definitely a different take on the Metroid series, but it's still fantastic. I mean, like I say, games 10 out of 10. I think I'd have to agree with that. It's a fantastic game. Also got Metroid Prime 2, but I haven't really played much Metroid Prime 2. Also got Metroid Prime Corruption as well. That's on the Wii. I haven't really played too much of that. After playing Metroid Prime, I thought I'll get back to him at a later time, but I just really haven't. Another class game, which you've got to own if you've got a cube. It's got to be FZero. Fantastic. Super collaboration with Sega. It is fantastic. Game, that one. If you ain't played FZero, you ain't lived. And GX is like FZero on acid. It's superb. It really has got that sort of Sega feel to it. Oh well, anyway, if anyone's interested in collecting the old Cube games, that's a bit of an insight for you. As I say, Cube Gold, this one as well. Cube Gold, gotta be any. Chibi Robo. Definitely a quirky title, but it's one that's pretty rare to get hold of. But it's nonetheless it's a great addition to your software collection if anyone wants to pick that up. Oh well. See, I could go on forever. I mean, you've got Luigi's Mansion, Killer 7. You've got Adama, you've got Paper Mario, 1000 Year Door, Pikmin, Double Dash. I mean, people like Double Dash. I mean, Double Dash was quite a good game. You got the original Resident Evil remake, Zero, Skies of Arcadia Legends. I mean, I could go on for ages, but this video is just taking way too long as it is. So, anyway, there's my Cube collection, which I'm going to have to tidy up again now and pack away. But anyway, thanks for viewing, and well, that's been an insight for you. Okay.